Where is our data? If you don't know where your data is housed, get off TikTok and go find that out right now. I just wrapped up an interview on quantum computing and ROI, and I was there as the ROI expert. I always struggle when theories enter the boardroom without a specific business case or target outcomes around them, and quantum is really kind of the new AI to talk about. Less about when and more about how are you going to use it as a business, because it doesn't matter what the other business does, what your neighbor does, how your mom used it. It matters what is your outcomes and how are you going to leverage that to make more money. The hardest part of this conversation is explaining quantum computing or the tactics around it to a digital illiterate executive. Go straight to these sci-fi analogies like some weird, crazy Iron Man-esque lab in Switzerland, and that couldn't be farther from the case. I always frame it, classic computing is like reading a book one page at a time. Quantum computing is like reading every single chapter all at once. And the hardest piece isn't the quantum algorithm per se. It's really getting every single data source aligned, accessible, and really clean enough to matter and be maintained. Just like AI, that is so critical to making these systems be able to work. This is why most companies are still chasing AI without dedicating time and money to the hard plumbing that makes it work. And again, as I always take the approach, real world examples help us understand and demystify this red-eyed robot theory chasing us down the street. Even an example in an industry as quote unquote simple as logistics and traffic operations in distribution, Volkswagen's partnership with D-Wave, I think, gives an amazing opportunity to see a real world application, no fluff, just results. Their goal was to optimize traffic routes using a quantum algorithm. They started the pilot in areas of the world that already have a very sophisticated public transportation architecture, like Beijing, Barcelona, and Lisbon. Notice none of those are in the States. So let's break down how they did this. It might surprise some of you to know that they actually piloted this in 2019, where they used the Lisbon bus system and 9 public transit buses serving 26 different stops, and equipped them with these tablets that were connected to the D-Wave's quantum computer via these cloud servers. And this system combined classic machine learning for predicting things like passenger numbers and traffic flow with quantum annealing algorithms for optimizing the distribution and routing routes for vehicles. When we look at conventional navigation system, they're just trying to get you from point A to point B the fastest, but don't consider the choice of all the other vehicles in that same consideration. Volkswagen's algorithm simultaneously optimized the routes for all of the individual vehicles, which minimize the risks of creating something like traffic congestion. Ultimately, the results of the quantum pilot in these cities significantly reduced that travel time while improving overall distribution traffic flow, especially during, if you were early in the Uber days, these surge periods of peak traffic. And the way it was designed was to make it scalable to other cities throughout the world. They created kind of this formula that can be lifted and shifted, hate that word, to other areas of the world. Bottom line, you can get places faster and you can get your shit faster while laying the groundwork for things like autonomous vehicle distribution or drones. Why does this matter as technology leaders to talk about today? Because waiting until quantum is quote unquote ready is like waiting to invest until the market is perfect. You miss the upside, competitive advantage. These pilots sound super cool, but out of reach to a lot of companies, but they're not. And that's really my message here is these companies didn't start making money the first day that they put these into actions, and they didn't have some like weird breakthrough algorithm. They just had good, healthy data management habits. Where is our data? If you don't know where your data is housed, get off TikTok and go find that out right now. How clean is it, right? Can we actually utilize it? And can we connect it across our systems? Does our executive team see the use case for this? And is it tied to an ROI outcome? We gotta stop chasing this type of buzzword technology and start focusing on the foundational habits that are going to get us to be the top of our industry and maximize our ROI from our technical systems.